le vendredi. And we are on. And the good thing about having no one around, I went silent to check how the mic was. The good thing about having no one around is just talking to ghosts all the time. Oops. I hope I did not mess up with anything. I saw something that I wanted to check. Here it is. So I realized that my break took much longer than expected, and I'm guessing I'm postponing feeling crushed, overwhelmed by trying to run the fuzzers with GDB, because I have, excuse me, that part hasn't worked well yet. So yeah, that is what is going on in my mind right now. So let's do this. It is what it is. So last week I have I ran CIFuzz with oss-fuzz and Docker locally, and that worked. I was able to run the test case, as they call it, of the CI failure that I had, but I couldn't properly run it through GDB. This week I think I succeeded, but I'm not sure things are working as expected. I truly think they are not, because the failure that I saw was not the same as the one that I had in my test case. So the one that I'm really trying to debug, that's where we are right now. And yeah, that's what will be happening. I'll put it here. Agenda. Adding the agenda to the chat. CIFuzz. It's lagging. Suricata CIFuzz. Run Suricata CIFuzz locally with oss-fuzz, which means Docker, and debug it with GDB. Debug a test case, not it, with GDB. So that's the plan, and it took me 4 minutes. I'm slow, and I accept it. This was part of the previous session of the morning. Let's I think it's same thing if we go, yeah, even though it says that, do we still have it? We still have the changes here, so I don't think that's the one that I want to use. So let's go to, and I did a few changes here. Last time I was working on this, I guess on Monday, and yeah, the changes were to use my Suricata repo instead of our official one, instead of master, and to check out the right branch instead of just doing it with master, because that's the branch that I want to. That is the branch that I'm trying to test. So yeah, I can feel all the resistance, the inner resistance in going through this process because of how slow it is. I mean, at least the resistance of doing it in front of a camera, but let's do it. So the process that we are following is this one. It's different from what is indicated here for reproducing things. And that's because I was not able to make this work. I could try again, but it did not work with me. So I'm trying a different approach. I'm wondering if I could now. I mean, I don't have to pass this because this is, now I have the right path, right? Yes, because it doesn't have to be locally because I have the thing that I need. So I'll be doing this, then I'll do this, and I'll see how it, yeah, I will not do this because this would run the whole thing. I can probably do this one, so I'll try that. Yeah, I have to do this to build the fuzzers, then I'll try this. So I'm mixing things. That is the plan. And we have to learn this with sudo sudo. Is it Python for me? Helper py build image Suricata. And if I had, I forgot to update, if I had viewers, I would probably ask something right now, so I would make conversation while everything happens, but I don't. So, well, I don't have anyone that I could trust as a person instead of a bot over there right now, so I just keep talking to myself while we check things. What else could be done while we wait? I could check my emails and see if there's more feedback that I have not checked yet. Oh, I have. I have feedback on my other pull request, which is nice. Let's see it. I rendered it locally and uploaded it here, turned out a bit better. Okay, yeah, that's because I had mentioned that it was broken. This one is, it looks, layout is messed up. So Jason, who is also a really nice mentor and colleague, has hosted it so we could check. Let's see how things are. Yeah, it's doable. Still don't like how blurry the images look. Yes, okay, it's not so bad. It's just that it doesn't know what to do when I try to resize it, and that's because it's not a vector, and I tried to use a vector, but then things don't work so well locally. All those things are quite annoying. But okay, this seems alright. What else could I check here? Extending Suricata, app layer, frame support. Looking decent. Looking similar to what we had, I think. This is weird, but I think that's based on the type of rendering. Based on, it sees the tags or the funcs options say, and then it will decide on what to do, and that's what it went with. Okay. Looks good to me, this part. Looks good to me. I do worry a bit as the dev guide grows, but maybe that should be dealt with when it does become large. Yeah, I think that if I am so lucky as to be able to keep improving it, we might want to have it as different projects. Like right now we have our goal, as I've mentioned in a previous stream, is to have our dev guide, which is currently only available in our GitHub. This is the only place where it is. We want to have it as a last chapter, so as a last chapter to our user guide. Our user guide is on Read the Docs, and the idea is to have it here. So we have the user guide, and then we have the Suricata developer guide. But right now it's not much, but as things grow, Jason worries that this will get probably too cluttered, or it will be weird to have this as a chapter, and then we will probably have to think of something else. And if I'm lucky enough to add more pages for that to become a problem, I'll be happy. Oh, don't tell me that my keyboard stopped working. Okay, there it is, but I want Suricata read the docs. Yes. So what I want to check, but I will not be able to. Ooh. Ooh, excuse me. I want to check my project, not this one. It clones the right one. Yay, okay, this part is done. Let's go back here. We just did this. Let's use the helper script again. But now we will use the option build fuzzers sanitizer address, because we are trying to. This is the readme. Somewhere over the rainbows. We are trying to reproduce. Come on, help me. Reproduce the failure. This one. So we want to pass address. Sanitizer address. Then Suricata. And that will probably. This is running the. So the first command ran the Docker file. Now this one is running the build.sh file, the script, and meanwhile I check my project. And I'll bring this offline because I don't know if there's anything that I don't want to share on screen. Not this part is fine. The issue is with my configuration, my project home on read the docs. So admin, project homepage, advanced settings, a single version site that I built, no. Sub projects. That's what I'm trying to find. I know maybe this part can be shared. Sub projects are projects hosted from the same URLs as their parent project. This is useful for organizing multiple projects under a custom domain. What happens if I try to do this? Child alias read the docs subprojects. Let's see what this gives us. I'm not sure this is the best approach. For I feel this would be more useful in cases like, for instance, we have Suricata and Suricata update and Suricata verify. I think maybe those would make sense to call them sub-projects, but not the dev guide. No. What do you mean? What did I do wrong? That part is sucky, so let's check. Suricata. Did I forget the B? But why would I need to? We are it has started the frustration time. Path spec packet alerts B9 did not match any files known to Git. It mentions all the steps, right? Let's not bomb. Can I excuse me. So I am talking to Git, but Git tells me, yeah, whatever. No idea what you're trying to do. It's time. Oh. I haven't even had lunch yet. Oh, sorry. Oh. So here, I just want to confirm what's the best way to print something from a bash script. To try to figure out what's going on. Print variable, print commands. Let's also Google this, just in case my interpretation is wrong and something else is going on. Of course, this is branch. Path to, let's go with 2020, shall we? Who knows, maybe. Oh, it's in Portuguese. What happened? I need help. I don't know much about Git and have just started using it. Somehow I've created a new branch and now I cannot go back to the master branch. I get the following error. Path spec master did not match any files known to Git. And the worst is that I've created this branch without meaning to. It's useless to me. I can't even delete it. What? I'm really lost. If anyone has learning materials about Git to offer to me, I'm grateful. And I don't like when folks do this. I mean, someone is really just getting started, and this sometimes is disheartening. So answers, you can use git branch to list and then git checkout branch name. Go back the last commit, but keep info with git reset had back one. How to read that? For your comfort, I recommend using the Git's graphic version. I hope I've helped you somehow. Hi, thank you. When I use git branch, it doesn't list any branch for me. And on GitHub desktop, it only shows master. And this branch bug 456 shows as if it didn't exist. Why do you think you've created it? You could test by cloning the repository again. I'm just curious where this is going. I know it's not. I know I'm losing focus, but I got really curious. In this case, you can do a git fetch and see what you get from from your remote, and then you use git branch. I had something like that. Git. But she doesn't want it. She didn't want it. Yeah, it's weird because indeed they are in that branch, right? Yeah, it's sad because there are no answers, so it's just who knows. I'm not sure why I'm unable to check out a branch that I had worked on earlier. See the commands below. Node co is an alias for checkout. Yeah, right. Develop git checkout feature. Did not match any files. How do I check out that branch, and what may I have done to break this? Update. I found this post, and running git show ref gives me update on directory is in the Okay, I think one of the issues is that I have not ran git fetch, just cloned, and then it doesn't have the branch that I'm looking for. So let's go here, and where is it? And let's do git fetch. It's git fetch A. What's the suggestion? Or maybe just that. Git fetch, then let's do the git checkout thing. with this track, then we go origin. Maybe this will work better. Oh, I already have it. Where is it? Here. So the image is already there. So I'll just run the fuzzer again, because that's the one that will run the build thing. If I want to confirm this, can I? Filing. I can. So yeah. Nope. 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 This is still build image, but we went past that. Here. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, let's go back to reading about subprojects on Read the Docs. Projects can be configured in a nested manner by configuring a project as a subproject of another project. This allows for documentation projects to share a search index, which is useful, right? And a namespace or custom domain, but still be maintained independently. For example, a parent project foo is set up with a subproject bar. The documentation for foo will be available at foo read the docs English last. The documentation for bar will be available under this same path. So foo readthedocs.io/projects bar English last. Adding a subproject. In the admin dashboard for your project, select subprojects from the menu. From this page, you can add a subproject by typing in the project slug. What is a slug? Read the docs. What is frequently asked questions? How do I change the version slug of my project? We don't support allowing folks to change the slug for the versions. Project slug. This sounds good. Project slug. Slugs. This one maybe, since this was not it. I'm getting annoyed. We are moving forward. It's just that I'm still, to be honest, learning things. Well, it's obvious, so I don't have to excuse myself. It is what it is. What do we have? Work chat. I'm a lonely boy. I'm a lonely boy. Oh, oh. I have a love who keeps me loyal. I have a love who keeps me waiting. That's not it. Read the docs here. Allow change of project slug. It's so interesting how sometimes folks consider something so basic that they don't even try to. They don't even think of documenting it, and then a foreigner, a newbie, comes by and they have no idea, newcomer. Yeah, great. I want slug as a slang. That is scary. A person who is lazy or slow moving. So I guess slug is the short version of your project name. Project slug. Where is it? This. I know what I can do. Let's go to what's my slug? Let's go to Suricata. Please don't fail me. Please. We want to check it on read the docs. What is the slug? Project slug Suricata. We already have a project. Yeah, and we do not consider it. It still fails. Let's update this. Not yet. If I try, this will not work because I already have everything. Let's go to team and I'll clone my, I'll do the steps that I have here, except that the Docker file. Not 2 times. Docker file. So here I ran git clone. All right, now I'll check these. See what happens here. Git branch. Git remote. This part is right. Git fetch all. Really? What did I do wrong this time? And why does this keep happening to me? Why am I so... What is fading? Origin is correct. Git fetch help. Oh! I think it has to do with the depth. Git clone depth. Good solution to the problem is shallow clone, but what's the problem? Git shallow clone and clone depth. Understanding Git shallow clone and clone depth. Git is a distributed version controlled system. That is one of the advantages of using Git. You don't have to depend on a central server or repository to work locally. Everything you need regarding your module's history is right at your fingertip. However, it can become a problem when you are dealing with repositories with large binary files or repositories that have a long history, especially if you have a situation where you need to download it fresh every time, like a build server. Then the size and download times can become an issue. And I understand why Docker goes and cuts it, but it's locally, and so maybe I will, yeah, but let's see. Git solution to the problem is shallow clone, where you can use clone depth to define how deep your clone should go. For example, if you use depth 1, then during cloning, Git will only get the latest copy of the relevant files. It can save you a lot of space and time. That doesn't seem to answer my question. Git fetch doesn't get all branches. Let's see. Fetch in Git doesn't get all branches. The problem can be seen when checking the remote. I have cloned a repository, after which somebody else has created a new branch which I'd like to start working on. I read the manual and it seems that's straight easy. It does, right? Strangely, it's not working, and all the posts I've found suggest I'm doing the right thing. So I'll subject myself to the lambasting, because there must be something obviously wrong with this. That's me all the time. The correct action seems to be git fetch, git branch A, At this point there is a problem. For some reason, after git fetch I can't see the dev.gml remote branch. Why not? If I clone the repository freshly, it is there, so certainly the remote branch exists. I've tried git update, git pull, git fetch, oh, git pretty please. I like git pretty please. I'll start using that one. No possible permutations. What does git config get remote origin fetch produce? It's if it's not, it probably should be exactly the same problem, but the comment above solved it. I had reps had master reps remotes origin master with master instead of same problem. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rather close to the airport right now. Same problem for me, but none of the suggestions on this page solves it. Weird. Yes, this is likely due to a shallow clone. Okay, so I was not totally wrong. Meaning that I would have to redo it, or I can just do this. Yeah. Show 3 more comments. I also face the same problem, and seeing Mirko's comment, I modified the git config section for remote origin, which fixed the problem. Could this have been caused by a shallow clone? Yes, this is, yeah. I had the same problem, and I could not see my colleague's new created branch when I ran the command git fetch. Then I decided to just run the command git checkout. No, that did not work for me. Git config section for remote origin. I'm very curious as to what do we have. I'm tempted to just run shell and see what we get, just to understand what is there, so I can try those things without having to go through git clone. And how would I do that on the build script? So where am I typing? Oh, it's there. Shell. A project. What project do you want to shell? Yeah. Some part of it will have to be redone, but all right, let's go back to this. So Suricata's slug is Suricata project is slug. And this is what shows here. From this page, you can add a subproject by typing the project slug. You can use an alias for the subproject when it's created. This allows you to override the URL that is used to access it, giving more configurability to how you want to structure your projects. All right. The thing that I do not understand is, where would things be? Add subproject. Please select an item in the list. Then how? I remember Jason mentioning something about this. We need more information, read the docs. Adding. It's not that easy. Are you outdated, or do I need something that I cannot see? All right, we are inside the Docker, so it's time to check things. What do we want to run? It's git config get remote origin fetch. There it is. So if we go here, there we go again. I'll just add it to my Docker. I want to have Vim in it. And bit past midnight Monday or past midday. I'm now talking to my team about we have in-person meeting this year if things go well, and we have to decide when do we arrive, when do we leave. And we are discussing airfare. Can I say it like that? Yeah, so I have to inform because I don't know what is. OISF is a non-profit, right? So we have to take care of its budget. So I like to check those things. Right, I was saying that I wanted to add Vim here, but that's not what I'll do now. What I'll do here is apt install Vim apt. Yes, I'm getting hungry. We are around. It's almost about time to do a break. This is where my issue is, apparently. I'll try that, and after this, if this works, this will be the moment of the break. If it doesn't, it will also be the moment of the break. And we already know that this was probably caused by the depth. Fun fact. Is it quit? Is it exit? In Portuguese, the main variants of Portuguese do not have that phoneme, that sound. So it's really hard for us to do this or that. Not this one, not this one, this one. Let's try it again and hope. That was fast. Oh, because it was changed, and it must not be. that is for security reasons. I'm sure. Yeah, makes sense. No, that's something else. Okay, I think Shivani had this error once, so it's something that could happen. Which was the step? The third one? Okay, yeah, it passed now. And we go back to the thing. Not rename slug, but we want to. I want to know / understand how can I create really a new subproject, because when I try to, this is my page, my admin page for my test environment, and I don't have it. I don't have anything here. So how do I have subprojects? What do I have to add? How to? A friend of mine taught me that I do not have to type how to. This is basically implied. So read add child subproject to read the docs. Retrieve details of a subproject relationship. Example request, bash python, nope. Multiple versions, read the docs, can host and build multiple versions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Project documentation guide. Yes, select the child. Oh, this looks like a tutorial. This is good. This is good. I like that. Do not break. Do not break. We've been friends. We've been trying. Do not break. We have solved another issue. What's the next? Report issue. No, let's project documentation guide. Let's child. We have not fixed it. How's that possible now? Because everything was rebuilt and we lost what we did. That's why. That's why. So I believe it would work. I don't want to run it from within Docker because I don't understand yet what are the commands or the arguments that I have to pass, so the fuzzers will be properly built. That's why I'm using the helper script. I have two options now. The simplest one is to come here to the Docker file, delete this, so we will not be doing a shallow clone, which would mean we would have the whole thing. So we would be able to likely fetch all branches, and then we would be able to check out the one that I want, the one that I want, or how do I? So the question is, how do I, from a bash script, edit a file at a specific line? I suppose we can do something like the echo thing that we do here, maybe in a different way. So it's cool because now we have an agenda for after lunch, and that is full agenda after lunch, fix shallow clone issue, so we can check out the proper branch. Discuss and test alternatives for that. Move forward with building fuzzers. This is saved. Thanks a lot, Ghost Watcher, who is probably a bot, for sticking by. I will, as mentioned, have lunch now, and we will come back after lunch. I have a feeling that I will not postpone it as much as I did in the morning because I'm not feeling so stuck, so I won't be dreading it, so it will be easier to break the ice and come back. So that's it. I'll make sure to inform folks before I get started. Thank you, bye, see you later.